and welcome to another exciting episode of Business Pilot, where we spotlight the visionaries who are reshaping industry, redefining creativity, and building the future of Nigerian enterprise. My name is IBK. Thank you for joining us again. Today, I'm excited on a different level. We are stepping into a world where curiosity meets innovation, science meets culture, and the incredible richness of Nigeria's natural resources is transformed into products that we can taste, feel, smell, and experience. Imagine this: a curiosity that started in junior secondary school back in 1996, a bold conservation mission that began in 2005, and today, 20 years later, more than 98 plant species collected and over 24 products created from pure Nigerian nature. It's incredible. We are talking teas, sweet spreads, resin, fragrance oil, groundnut oil, spices, seasoning, and a whole lot of them. This is not just business. This is research. This is innovation. This is legacy. And this is Dreamscape Gardens, Lagos, Nigeria. We'll meet the brilliant founder in just a bit. But before that, we'll take a quick break. Don't move.
You know, sometimes I think we've gotten so used to eating and using processed things that we forget what natural really feels like. Especially now that we are entering the festive season, everybody's about to start buying all sort of things, oils, sauces, teas, and half of them are packed with chemicals we can't even pronounce. So when I came across this Nigerian brand called Dreamscape Gardens, it really got my attention because everything they make is natural, like fully natural. They grow their plant themselves and turn them into edible products, from teas to oil, honey, sauces, everything. I tried out a few of their products and I actually love how intentional everything was. Even their packaging, they use glass jars, not plastic. And at first I was like, won't that break easily? But then I realized glass keep your food fresh, pure, and chemical free. It is literally healthier and even eco-friendly. And when I started using their product, you could just feel the difference. The Tenan tea changes color naturally to this beautiful shade of blue. No artificial flavoring, just nature doing its thing. The honey has propolis and that would help boost immunity. And the oil, it formed a little white frying and I thought maybe something was off, but turned out that it's actually a good sign. It means the oil is pure, not refined or mixed with additives. Everything just feels clean, natural, fresh, like nature itself walks into my house. Honestly, I love what Dreamscape Garden is doing. They're proving that we don't have to look outside Africa for quality natural food. We just need to look at what we already have and use it well. So tell me, would you like any of this natural product? Because honestly, this might just change.
Welcome back. It's time to meet the man behind one of the most fascinating agro-innovation brands in the country. He is a researcher, a conservationist, an innovator, and the founder of Dreamscape Gardens, Lagos, Nigeria, a homegrown company that is transforming indigenous plants into globally competitive products. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Thomas Emmanuel. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Emmanuel.
Thank you.
It's so good to have you here. It's been 20 years of this conservation work, and I hear that this journey began back in your junior secondary school days.
Yes.
Take us back to what sparked that interest, or I say the curiosity, yeah, and how did it become Dreamscape Gardens?
Okay, so from primary school, my dad used to buy us books, not school books. They were kind of books that told history of places around the world, just for education and fun.
Okay.
And I had senior ones who had access to these books, so I had a lot of them. I would just pick them up and read, and I was very aware. So when I was in GS2, my mom was taking me to the boarding house. We entered into a supermarket to buy what I was going to take to school. And I asked my mom, why is everything in our supermarket made in Europe or in the US? By companies like Nestle, Unilever, Cadbury, Coca-Cola, and USC.
Nigerian-grown.
There was no Dangote then. Or by companies that come from abroad. And these people are born amongst them. They don't produce.
Did she have an answer to that?
Yeah, my mom laughed. She said, yeah, in Nigeria, ordinary to farm and bag rice.
Wow.
Ordinary farming and bagging rice. There will be stones inside. 11, they're about
Like,
11.
wow.
And then she said, ordinary to farm and bag rice, there will be stones inside.
Wow.
And if it's like that, the people that cannot bag rice without stones, how do they want to do other things? And she was saying that for a person to sell rice with stones to another person and collect money, that person is wicked without knowing.
Wow.
And I told myself, I'll fix this one. Between GS2 and 100 level. So I wasn't going to be allowed to leave the house on my own. So all throughout secondary school, I was just planning, writing, talking about it to friends. But once I got into year 1, from school,
you had the freedom.
I could travel anywhere.
You went places.
So I asked my mom one day, because I don't do parties, I'm not social. So I asked my mom, the money you use in doing parties for my sisters, I have 2 sisters, one before and one after. So give me my own share. The money for that party, let me have my own share. And that's because...
What was it you wanted to channel it into?
I went to start searching for plants.
Wow.
And the reason I was asking for that money was because in secondary school, I had sat down and asked myself, where did I get the money from? I had already researched on how they were doing it abroad. And I found out that abroad, they had access to some money, which later I found out that they call venture capital, which we don't have in Africa. So, or we didn't have at that time. I wasn't aware of it. But I realized that our own venture capital is what we spend on parties. So yeah, I realized that my friends want to do a party.
That's a jab at us.
No, it's the truth. It's the truth. My friends want to do parties when I was in secondary school, and they could raise 1 million naira when I was in secondary school. So they will beg aunties and uncles for parties, and they will raise 1 million naira. But if you want to do business, you will tell yourself the economy is bad. So why can't we raise the money for business the same way we raise money for parties, birthdays, funerals? I just flipped it. So I started raising money for the business the same way people raise money for parties. So I asked my mom, asked my uncles, I started raking in money. I remember that 2005, my mom called me just before my birthday. I said, that thing you asked me last year, come and get the money. Okay. So I got, she put a check in an envelope. I took it back to school. I was in the corridor then, took it back to school. I didn't open it until my birthday. It was a Thursday. I opened the envelope, brought out the check, it was blank. It was signed.
Blank check.
And I needed like 50K. Really, I needed like 50K. But when she asked me that, how much should she give me, I said, I don't think you give me. So when I saw the blank check, I told myself, I think I should do 100. I said, okay, let me do the one that will bounce. So I did 200. So I got to the bank, first bank, Ikorodu. The lady looked at it and said, who is she to you? I said, my mom. Okay. And next I just saw 200K on the counter.
Oh, wow.
I didn't touch it initially. Yeah, it's some money.
It was a blank check,
yeah,
you know.
I took it. I was expecting my mom's call. Why you should take that much? There was no call. I waited till evening. I didn't hear from her. I divided the money to 2. I got my bag, packed my things inside it, and that's my first journey. I went to Benin Republic. I crossed. My father told me stories when he was young, how he used to cross the border without stamping any passport. I also knew that you could travel within any ECOWAS state within 30 days. You must leave that one ECOWAS state for another. So I went to the Republic first. I went to look for a particular woman who I had been researching. She's a witch. So I found her and got the plant from her, Senami. And I brought it back into the country. Wow. So, and when I talk about people who are witches, it's not the way Nollywood has put it. Yes. Nollywood has put it scary and the rest. They have their ways. But I don't know if you've heard about somebody called Susan Wenger. Her highest title is Ajay. Ajay Olorisha Adunni Susan Wenger. So Ajay is a title, head of witches. Okay. So it's a cult within the traditional worship thing, like an high cult. So when you have that level of authority, you can become their head, and you would hear them say that Ajay Enitakwe Tonje. So someone who has life that you call and answers. It's human beings abuse everything. It's human beings that abused Christianity, abused Islam, like we discussed before the program. People kill people in the name of Allah, which is wrong. And because some people have been preaching that some other people are infidels. So these young children without good knowledge of this thing, leverage on what the clerics have been saying and they start killing.
Wow, this is just an incredible story of what can happen when even just one person believes in you. You know,
Yes,
that's
yes.
because from what you have said, that's your mom believing in what you know, what you believe in, and she gave you a blank check. But I'm wondering, what's the connection between your conservation journey and your idea of fixing Nigeria's problem?
Okay, so when I realized that there's food on the shelf, the food is made from abroad, the food, the material was actually collected here, taken abroad.
The raw materials.
Taken abroad. My father was always telling me that they take the cocoa from here, they take it abroad, they make chocolates, they bring it back. So I was wondering, why can't they make the chocolate here?
Yeah, exactly.
However, I also realized as I was growing up that what they were collecting from here, according to them, is called high yield crops.
Okay.
That's where conservation came in. So they were collecting high yield crops. So they collect rice, cocoa, corn, those kind of things.
It's interesting
They
to
are high
hear
yield
that we
crops.
are the ones with the high yield crop.
However, we have other plants that they consider as low yield crops.
Oh, I see.
And if they collect some plants and put those plants on the shelf in the form of food with a lot of chemicals mixed into them because they have to make sure that they can last so long. Then my question was, what's happening to the low yield crops? Where are they? So if you ask any young person that, do you know Irish potato? They all know it. In fact, the reason they know it is because they use it as chips. So Irish potato is from America, although it has the name Irish because it was adopted by Ireland. However, we know it very well. People know it very well in Nigeria through chips. So you go to any of the fast foods, they're making chips. It's Irish potato. However, Irish potato is not indigenous to Nigeria, but our young people know it. But if you show this,
Do you mean Irish potato is not grown in Nigeria?
No, it is grown in Jos.
Yeah.
But it's not popular in Nigeria, even in cultivation. And it is not indigenous to Nigeria. It was brought from outside to Nigeria. Yet our children know it.
Yeah.
This one is indigenous to Nigeria, meaning that you cannot even find it in many countries.
What is this, please?
This is a yam, Diaspora bobifera. A yam, meaning that this yam, if you grow it in the ground, you harvest the fruits in the air. A yam.
Really?
Yes. So this does not grow. It's not tuber. This is bulb. That's why it's called bobifera. Diaspora bobifera. So these varieties, there are about 6 of them. We have 4 now. We are looking for 2 more. These varieties of yams, they have a lot of daosgenin. They have a lot of daosgenin, which is helpful for people who want to get slim down, want to burn down burn fat, sugar, and blood sugar. So it also helps with reproduction. Yeah, it also helps with reproduction.
Are they widely available?
No. So it's actually a threatened species now. This species is threatened.
I see.
It used to be common in the 60s. They ate it during the Civil War in the East. But like 40, 50 years now, it's no more.
Oh, wow.
And I found out about 10 years ago. I looked for it for about 4 to 6 years. Found the first set in Ebonyi. Found another set in Akwa Ibom. I just got this species when I visited Ika in October. I just got this one. Ika is in Anan, Akwa Ibom.
Wow.
So I collect them, bring them to Lagos, and then we turn these things into flour, which you can eat like swallow.
Amala.
Yeah, like amala. Now, so elubo used to be on the shelf, right? But I can't keep eating elubo, fufu, and all those things, right? So if I grow more indigenous plants that are underutilized, that are rare, I cultivate them, I grow them more, then I have new products coming on the shelf from here.
Oh, wow.
So rather than compete with these foreigners based on what they already do, I want to introduce new things so that I'm not competing with you, I'm on my own.
Exactly. And this is incredible. And today you have more than 24 products.
Yes.
I hear.
Okay, so another reason why we are into conservation and we cultivate ourselves is because early into the journey, originally from secondary school, I started planting. So I knew I was going to cultivate. But in year 1, year 2, when I started collecting for fun also, I realized that these things were growing in the villages, but some people were already abusing the use of fertilizer.
Okay.
So I didn't want to buy from just anybody. So I started looking for people who were not using fertilizer, who were using manure, to buy from them.
Okay.
And because I was looking for a selected few, human character, once you keep coming back to buy from them, the prices jump up.
Of course.
So I realized that if I were to do business with this, at that time I wasn't thinking of business, but I realized that if I were to do business with this is not reliable. I come to this person, I want to buy today, the prices just jump up. I want to sell to somebody else. Why has the prices changed?
Yeah.
So I realized that I have to grow them myself so that I have something and I don't depend on these people. And once you're not depending on them and you know you don't come every time and you have your own, they don't just give you any prize. And that's why I'm trying to grow myself. And what I'm growing myself cannot provide for more than 500 people. However, I'm not in a hurry. I want providing for 500 people, 1,000 people, to gradually grow into providing for 10,000, 20,000.
Let us unpack for us more about your range of products so that even our viewers know exactly what to try and why.
Okay, so we grow veggies, we grow water leaf, we grow English pumpkin or fruited pumpkin. English pumpkin is what they call it gede in Yoruba. They call it ugboguru. Ugboguru in Igbo. Fari in Hausa. Anyu. In Igbos call the fruit anyu. Yeah, so we grow that. So at the garden, we sell the fruit, we sell the leaves of these vegetables. People come, they buy. It's when you come in, I will cut for you, so it's very fresh. We grow granuts. We use the granite to make granite oil. We grow frankincense and myrrh. We use the frankincense, the myrrh. We use the lavender. We use jasmine plants like leafy. Leafy is also very threatened. It used to grow in Bayelsa, Ondo area. We now grow it in Lagos. We use it's a spice. We use it in making air freshener, sprays that you can put on clothes and you can also use on body because it's body friendly oils. And then we make flour, we make spices, we make seasoning from tamarind, we make sweet spread from tamarind, from chapaya. We make teas, and our most sold tea is national plant of Nigeria.
Give us your 3 bestsellers currently.
Okay, so
and the story
the
behind
most sold product is Costus Spectabilis tea.
Oh wow!
And that's because it was my first work. A lot of people got to know me, and I don't know. I used to think that so short after I made Costus Spectabilis, I made what they call cane tea. Cane tea is made from Ireke Omode. That's why it's called cane tea. We got it from Ibadan.
Why the Omode?
That's what they call it. That's what children play with it. They eat it, they play with it. So they call it Ireke Omode. It helps people to lower blood sugar. Okay. However, I was thinking at that time that the illness Nigerians faced the most was wanting to slim down. So I was thinking that the cane tea was going to sell a lot.
Okay.
However, I realized that the Costus Spectabilis sold more than the cane tea because most people have eye issues. And I didn't think about that before.
So the Costus Spectabilis is good for eye health?
Yes, it's good for eye health.
What else?
It can also improve immunity. It helps to make the skin smoother. Okay. But most of the people buying it are buying it for eyes because we've used it to treat cataracts in rats and it cured it. So I've seen somebody use it for glaucoma. It suppressed the pain. The pain is no longer there. And then the water that dropped from the woman's eye stopped. So you see, we could have done more. I'm not focused on medicine, I'm focused on food. But we could have done more in the line of medicine. But the reason we couldn't is because there's something wrong across the world. Medicine and food, which we are seeing today, the food part now is coming out, where some people want to control the entire food of the world. The same way they want to control the entire food of the world is the same way they have been controlling, or they are controlling medicine.
So how do you recommend that people use Dreamscape product?
If you go into a supermarket, and that's the bias, if you go into a supermarket, you want to buy baked beans made from the UK. You go into the supermarket, you see the baked beans. Do you ask anybody, how do I eat the baked beans?
You just use it.
You just buy the baked beans, get home, you add it into your food because it's about balance, balanced diet. The amount you want in your salad you bring it out.
Exactly.
The amount you want in your fried rice, you bring it out, right? So you don't ask anybody. That's the same way it is with African or Nigerian made food. You don't ask anybody. You just use the amount you want.
Exactly.
And we want people to know this. Another question people ask us is, you are making about tea. No, I'm not making about tea. I'm not making about tea. I'm making tea. If you,
So what's the difference?
Lipton, for instance, is made from a plant called Camellia sinensis.
Okay.
Camellia sinensis is a herb, right? Does anybody call Lipton
Yes, we
herbal
don't
tea?
call it herbal.
No! So the bias is for you to identify which one is low and which one is high. Remove
Low or
it.
high
We are all
what?
tea.
What do you mean?
Low or high in production. Western or Western African.
okay.
Remove the herbal thing. We are all making teas.
Funny enough, most of these people talking to you are Africans and Nigerians, right?
Yes, from here, yes.
So we are the ones
So
that is
discrimination
exactly.
ourselves,
We don't
yes.
even believe
So I tell
in
people,
our
no,
products.
I'm not separate from the Western people. Yes, I'm a traditional African, but I'm making quality products like the Westerners are doing
Except
too.
on your scale.
Yes,
Exactly.
on my scale, on my standards. So I tell people that how to use these things is how you want to eat it. So I sell tea to you. You can take one a day, you can take two a day, you can steep it twice if you want. You can put it in a jug, you can put it in a cup, you can take it out, jug with it. That's fine.
The point is, it is food.
It is food.
It's not medicine.
It's not medication.
It's not medication.
Yeah, food is
okay,
medicine.
Food is medicine.
Yeah,
really.
but it's not medication.
It's not
It's not supplements. It's just
Okay.
food. So people can take it as they like over time. So if you can buy a spread, you can spread it on bread, spread it on biscuits. You can.
That's for your tamarind spread.
You can even be tamarind spread, even chapaya. You can even be creative with it. Chapaya helps people who are, if you are asthmatic, it can take it off. We've had testimonies, feedbacks. Presently, we sell to family and friends. They come to me, oh, we like your food. You don't use seasoning. You don't use the regular thing. You make your own traditional seasoning, organic seasoning. Want to buy your stuff. So I sell to family and friends. Okay. I don't sell to supermarkets mainly because if you have to give supermarkets your product, they'll tell you come at the end of the month to come and get
your
money.
funds.
Don't want that.
But people still come to your garden to buy something,
right? Let me tell you where we have gotten to. So I did social media advert of recent, and it brought in a lot of people that don't know me at all, and they become friends of the business. And two of them said, "Oh, I want to be distributing. One is in Warri. I want to distribute to people in Delta State, in that region." And she said before she found me on Instagram, she was bringing in these things through Amazon from Europe.
Oh, wow.
So now it cuts off the cost of having to import it,
course.
and then you can buy it from here. She was selling vegetable oil originally to people, and it's from Europe. It's nice, right? And then she saw my video on Instagram where I was talking about seed oil and non-seed oil. So seed oil is traditional seed oil is like granite, coconut. If you put them palm oil, if you put them on your table for a while and you press them, oil will come out in your hand, right? That's seed oil, traditional seed oil. However, there are non-traditional seed oil or non-seed oil according to me, like corn and soy. If you buy soya bean or you buy corn, if you press it into your hand, will you see oil?
You will not see oil now.
So where do you get corn oil from? Where do you get soya bean oil from? Now, the meristems of these things can produce oil, but that oil is very tiny, very small amounts. Now, for you to get commercial quantities, you need chemicals. And when the chemicals get into the food, I have bias towards it. I don't like chemicals in my food. I don't want chemicals. If I can get oil naturally, why do I want the one chemical?
Exactly.
So when she saw that, and she said, "Oh, are you saying that traditional seed oils are very good?" I said, "Yes." The problem is that people do researches, and they say, "Oh, this is the benefit, the advantage." Businesses that want to sell the foreign ones take disadvantage of ours and promote it, make it very loud. And people see that often, and they don't buy ours in Africa.
What's the disadvantage of our oil anyway?
Okay, so they will say that things like aids, cholesterol, but that's not actually true. Groundnut oil even helps to lower bad cholesterol. It even improves the heart. You understand? However, let me give you an example now. You see some information flying everywhere that there's a particular fungi that is usually found in groundnut and can affect the groundnut oil. Yes. However, if you go online too, you also find out that same disease affects olive oil. So if you want to say, it affects almost any oil. So if you want to say it's a disease because of groundnut oil, you should not take groundnut oil, it affects your liver too. So really, it's not about the disease, it's about how the person who grows this thing takes care of them. So if you take care of these things, you don't have that problem. So it's just propaganda.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Amazing things happening at Dreamscape Gardens and fantastic offerings out there for you. We'll take a quick break now. When we return, we'll dig into what truly sets Dreamscape apart in terms of the science, the sourcing, and the ethical heart behind every product. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We are still in the studio with Mr. Thomas Emmanuel, the founder of Dreamscape Gardens, Nigeria. We've been talking conservation and a whole lot of products made from our indigenous Nigerian plants, and it's been very interesting here. Mr. Emmanuel, I know that there are a lot of brands in the agricultural and wellness space, but Dreamscape Gardens is doing something quite different. So tell us what sets your product apart, especially in terms of the health benefits, and maybe the way you source your materials, your processes and all.
Okay, so what makes us different is the fact that, one, we collect rare indigenous species. So we focus on high-yield crops that are already common. We focus on plants that are threatened, underutilized, and if you make something out of something that is rare, then the product will be novel.
Exactly.
And then we collect them across the country. We've collected from 31 states. We have 98 species, 272 seeds. We collect them, bring them to Lagos. We cultivate them here. No synthetic pesticides, no synthetic fertilizer. We use manure. We use bio sprays. We make our own bio sprays. We buy from associates who do the same kind of thing that we do. For instance, Okwe Farms, and then we use their products on our plants. One other thing that distincts us from area person is that we don't use, in production, we don't use synthetic preservatives.
Okay.
So it's either bio preservative, organic preservative, or not, or just on its own like that, and then you have to consume it in a short period of time. What we're trying to do is to expand nutritional food benefit, expand nutritional benefit through food.
Yeah.
So if I eat 12 kinds of food that is in the market, or 30 kinds of food that is in the market, if I make it 60, people have more food, more nutritional benefit. So what, for instance, there's a plant called serpendak. Okay. It's like breadfruit and jackfruit, the same family. Now, that's not common. We grow it, we make it into flour, it's inside our kilo. Serpendak has a lot of vitamin C and other vitamins. We also have plants they call pumpkins, but the family is called cucurbita. We have cucurbita moschata, cucurbita pepo. These plants have a lot of protein. So we process them, retain the benefits, put them into our flour. So most people say, I don't want to eat flour because it has a lot of carbs. We have flours that contain protein and carbs. The carb is necessary, the protein is necessary, so there's a balance.
Exactly.
And you will see some foreign products, some forein flours, they will write fortified. Fortified, that's chemical. But now we fortify, we don't need to fortify. We include other organic produce into the product. It will give you that fortified.
And that makes it fortified.
Fortified.
Exactly.
It's natural way. So we're trying to show people that we can do these things too here, and it can be quality.
Yeah. But many Nigerians are still getting familiar with naturally processed and plant-based products. So how are you overcoming this challenge? How are you able to educate the market?
We do our best online. We meet, but it's one day at a time for me. I can't do too much about that. It's one day at a time. Yeah.
Okay, so I hear that you are currently developing a tomato puree from an indigenous snake tomato species.
Yes.
Please tell us about that. I've never heard about snake tomato.
There's this tomato used like the yam I showed you.
Yeah.
That used to be indigenous to Nigeria and used to be common.
Okay, so it's no longer common?
It's not that common. Of recent, people are bringing it back when tomato became very expensive.
Oh.
They started bringing it back. Okay. However, we grow them. We have I think about 3 varieties. We grow them a lot.
Okay.
But like the regular tomato, it gets bad very fast. I think even faster.
Okay.
So when we harvest it, we take it, we have a food lab, we process them, nothing included, nothing synthetic included.
Purees.
We make them into purees, they're in bottles, and we can use them as ketchups, you can use them to chickens, stews,
So what's
soup.
special about that species?
Nothing, just that it's indigenous and
Okay,
it provides you additional nutrients that normal tomato cannot provide you. And when that normal tomato is expensive, this is still cheaper. When we're processing this tomato, we need to buy a device from the US that will cost about 400k thereabout to just buy a small type of prototype. But you see, we're different. For us, we don't want to be just mechanized because we want to be mechanized. We think about it. So one day I sat down and I asked so we have what they call contract manufacturers. So most of these ideas, I had them in 2005, 2006, 2007, and they didn't do anything for about 17 years with them. So what I decided to do from last year was to bring in people who can make this product, who are my friends. I provide the raw materials for them, they make the product. We can pay them sometimes, and in some cases, they would take the product as their pay. So if you make, say, 20, they take 5. They will brand this same product in their own name. I am not after it must be me. I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. I can't feed the entirety of Africa.
Of course.
You see, Africa's concept is Ubuntu. You are because I am. So I do it, you do it, subsistence. We all do different things. We exchange, we feed each other. It is Western culture, Western ideology that one person wants to feed everybody.
Exactly.
And it's selfish. It makes people lazy. That's what we have today. One person is doing everything, everybody is seated. Then you start bringing ideas like, let's start doing that thing they give people money. Which they want to start doing during Buhari's time. They'll be giving people money. And that's business. It's lazy because they're expecting money from it, they don't work.
How long will the money last?
So we make this product and we have contract manufacturers. They make for us. So I sat down with this contract manufacturer and I asked her, this equipment you want to bring in, what will it do? And then when she explained the whole thing, she said it will take the product to a particular heat level. That when it takes that heat level, it will remove oxygen inside the bottle. So the bottle, when you open the bottle, everything will be sealed. So until the first time, it can't get spoiled. There's a downside to it? Yes, it's advantage. And that advantage is that when you take that heat level, at that level of it, the microbe,
break it down.
You have killed all the microbes, right? But you have killed the benefits too. So I don't want to kill the microbes if I will kill the benefits. And so these microbes I want to kill, they actually have work for us too.
I understand.
So there's something I learned from one Fulani herbalist. He doesn't even speak English. He's late now. He said, if you take a plate and you wipe that plate, you think you have cleaned it. But yes, you have cleaned it, but you have done something else. You have made the surface so plain that it now attracts more germs. So don't wipe it clean. Just dust out what you don't need and let the plate be. That's how our body should be. Just take out the little you should take out and let it be able to be in synergy with our environment. These medicines we are using, they clean us so much. Clear off everything. That our body becomes so attracted to so many negative things coming in.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So let's begin to buy consciously, supporting farmers and choosing products that come from real research, real passion, and real Nigerian roots. Because Dreamscape isn't just a brand, it's a movement. It's time for a mindset shift. We can grow and make our own food. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for everything that you are doing. I'm going to take your last words now before we leave. And also, where do you see Dreamscape Gardens in the next 10 years?
At the beginning, I noticed that there was a production problem when I was in the supermarket, that the products were coming from abroad or by foreign concepts. So the first problem was production. To solve that production problem, I realized that we needed to grow our own plants, cultivate our own plants. So conservation came in.
Yeah.
Then I realized that when I started conserving, I realized that we needed to start a business. And I realized that there was another problem. So if I have a problem with them making the oil from Europe and bringing it here, or coffee from Europe and bringing it here, the ones we make here already, what is the problem with them? It's either they have stones, like in the case of rice, or people are putting chemicals into ground oil to remove the smell and the taste. So I realized that I'm not only battling foreign production, I'm battling adulterated local production. And from there, we now created a system that we're not even selling products. All we're selling is value, trustworthiness, honesty, sincerity. People meet us, you say, oh, I want this thing, and we deliver that thing to them. I want to buy something like tin tomato from China, right? And I want to buy tin tomato from Kano. Kano is similar to me. But I buy from Kano. It doesn't get here on time. When it gets here eventually, it's not what I expected. But I buy something from China. Often, it happens too, but often, it's what I expect I get.
Exactly.
And it even gets here faster.
That's
That's because they're selling sincerity,
yeah.
trustworthiness. They know these things already, and we too need to do that. So I decided that I was going to create that kind of brand that people would see, like they see these foreign brands too.
Wow, that's exactly.
And these days, I tell people that what is going to happen in Africa very soon is that people will begin to search for credible businesses.
Of course.
Oh, there's a problem with beans. Oh, I have a credible business that supplies it. Oh, there's a problem with this. I have a credible business
We
that
are
does
already
this.
getting there.
And we're getting there gradually. So that is the solution that we bring forward. So where do we see ourselves soon? In 5 years, we are hoping that we start having investors. Our friends are coming as investors. We're hoping that very soon we can buy our own land, because right now, when I was in secondary school, I didn't have all the money. So what I did was I get spaces, concession spaces from the convents, from churches, from my aunties and uncles. I use their backyards for my farms. And even those places, we have some challenges. There's a culture in Africa that anything that grows, plant, belongs to everybody. So people just walk into your farm and they want to pluck.
Yeah.
And that's why there's as part of the problem we're having now, where herders, their animals go into farms to eat. They feel like, well, God has made it grow. And then the animals will eat your crops. And then I've had friends who are growing things in Nasarawa, in Edo. When it's time to harvest, villagers will come in and harvest everything. This is hunger. So if you want to have a farm, you must fence it. So if I buy a land for about 3 million naira, say 1 acre, to fence 1 acre, it should be more than that, maybe about 6 million naira to buy. If I want to fence it, maybe I will spend about 18 million to fence it properly. So fencing is a lot of money. So when we have that money, we buy, we fence, we cultivate more, we have a bigger lab, we process more, we reach more people, we do more registrations, then
of course,
that's
you are looking to scale. And definitely, you're on track.
And another problem with scaling is that I took a course early in the year, and I realized that I was reading a book they gave me, and they wrote it in the book that they wrote it that businesses that cannot scale. That's what they wrote. Businesses that cannot scale. So I was wondering, are there businesses that cannot scale? So I went online. I typed it on Google. Businesses that cannot scale. And the first business that came out that cannot scale is organic farming. Why? They believe that the people who want organic farming are not so many. They believe that if push comes to shove, you get to the market, you see organic garri, you see synthetic garri. Many people will buy the synthetic one because what they just want to eat is
probably be cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it will be cheaper.
So they think that it's a niche business, a niche market, and I don't agree with that. I believe that it puts in as much effort as those people who do synthetic stuff put in over time. Then organic stuff will become cheaper, more available, and then we'll bring in more people. I'm not saying that we shouldn't do synthetic anymore. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that people who want to eat synthetic should have the opportunity to eat synthetic. And people who want to eat organic should have the opportunity to eat organic. Absolutely. And then there's also another problem with organizations that say they certify organic businesses. They give you rules like, if you want to be organic, it has to be 100%. You have to go to somewhere in the village, you have to go and look for a land where it has never been abused. All those things are difficult. It makes it an impossible thing for people who want to try to be organic. What we should talk about is that organic can have scales. 10% organic, 20% organic, 20% organic. That means I can do organic in the urban area and improve it gradually.
I get you.
Remove the necessary things. Don't put chemical into it. Don't do this. Do organic seeds you get. And then add a level of organic this thing and allow a lot of people practice this thing. Don't tighten their neck and it discourages them.
Yeah, I get. An amazing, fun-filled, flavor-filled, and proudly Nigerian conversation with the founder of Dreamscape Gardens, Nigeria. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for everything you are doing. Thank you for coming on the show. We are hoping to have you here again very, very soon. You have lots of things to offer. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And to you, our viewers, thank you for watching. And go out there, support a proudly Nigerian brand that is doing amazing things. Follow Dreamscape Gardens on all platforms, buy their products, and taste the difference. My name is IBK, and it's been such a pleasure having you on Business Pilot today. Join us in our next episode of Business Pilot for another inspiring conversation. This episode is officially closed, but before we leave, it's time for our signature dance moment.